Here they come. They're off. There goes TL Society out for the lead. On the inside of us is Ken's Bunny as there is a dive into that first turn. And from the outside, TL Society on nose in front. But Ken's Bunny scoots on through, and Ken's Bunny now taking command. TL Society second by 2 lengths Silky Intrusion. In third, 2 lengths Bocam. Broadway Momentum. Now they're driving by the early quarter, and Ken's Bunny is in command off the quarter. 28-1 the early quarter. Ken's Bunny maintains now a lead of 2 lengths. TL Society right there in second. Now on the outside, first over, here comes Broadway Momentum. Here comes Bo Cam moving up right with him. Entering the stretch now for the first time as they approach that half-mile juncture. And now from the outside with a rush, here comes Broadway Momentum. And Broadway Momentum is on the outside taking command. Ken's Bunny back to second, and Bo Cam halfway home. 57-3. Now they move into the clubhouse turn. Broadway Momentum maintains a length and a quarter lead over Ken's Bunny, who's sitting right there in second. Bocam is on the outside third. Followed on the outside of horses Silky Intrusion, TL Society. Now there's less than a half mile to pace in the race. They curve into the back stretch. Broadway Momentum maintains a lead of length and 3/4. Ken's Bunny second. On the outside, Silky Intrusion now into third under urging. Now moving to second. 3/4. 126-2. Around the final turn, Broadway Momentum maintains a lead of length and a half. Ken's Bunny second. Here they come, turning for home, and Broadway Momentum opens up the lead now by 2. Ken's Bunny, he ducks to the inside as they come to mid-stretch. Broadway Momentum with the lead, and Ken's Bunny, Broadway Momentum, Ken's Bunny at the wire.
Favorite perfect trip behind a very strong winner, Kindly Renee, in her last start. She's at 8-5 for Del Chupp. 6, What a Angel.
Here they come. Off stride is Go to the Races. Go to the Races lags behind. They're off. Tim Pickme now goes right for the top. On the outside of horses, there goes Grandpa Al Mactown. Now they dive into that first turn, and your early leader is Tim Pickme, and Tim Pickme opens up now by 3 lengths. Grandpa Al is right there in second. On the outside, Atlanta Express looks to drop in, followed now by Mactown. Another 2 lengths to Poco Rerun. Another 2 to Twilight Sport. Nothing shaken, trailing the field. Go to the Races. That early quarter, 29-1. Now up front, your leader is Tim Pickme by 2 lengths. Grandpa Al right there in second now by 2.5 lengths. Atlanta Express, his range on the leader's third by 2.5 lengths. Followed now by Mactown. Down to the outside, Nothing Shaken is on the move. Entering the stretch for the first time as they approach that half-mile juncture. And your leader is Tim Pickme by 2 lengths. Grandpa L second, but here comes Nothing Shaken. Now third, now second on the outside. Halfway home, 1:03. Now they move into the clubhouse, turning up front. Positions are on change, and Tim Pickme is your pace setter. On the outside of horses, Nothing Shaken. Inching into second, followed by Grandpa L. Right with the leaders in third. On the outside of horses, that's Go to the Races, Atlanta Express. Now there's less than a half mile to pace in the race. They settle for their journey up the back stretch with Tim Pickme in command now 3 parts of a length. On the outside, Nothing Shaken tries to come on in second. Grandpa L now looking for racing room, and here comes Poco Rerun, circling horses on the outside. Around the final turn, it's Tim Pickme with the lead. Poco Rerun is charging. Here they come, turning for home. Tim Pickme has the lead. Here comes Poco Rerun charging alongside. Poco Rerun is in the center of the track now, taking command. That's Poco Rerun with the lead. A late move by Grandpa L. Poco Rerun at the wire.
He parked the mile and faded. This is the third start off a layoff for this 3-year-old filly. 5 Holly's Music, no rally last week, but she's been 7th, 8th, and 9th at the 3/4.
Moves to the job of the turn. Third race pacers in behind the starting gate, and here they come. They're off. That's a fine start, but on the extreme outside, here comes Lake Hill Susie. Circling up on the outside, Lake Hill Susie with a rush, charging into that first turn by at least 3 or 4 wide. On the inside, Shrimps Missy is there. Accessorize out of the turn. Now they hustle now for that opening quarter, and it's a battle for the lead. Accessorize alongside of Shrimps Missy. These two battle head and head for the lead. It's Cullen Intrigue, followed by Lake Hill Susie, ranging up on the outside at the opening quarter. 28-1 that first quarter, and Shrimps Missy now has the lead and draws clear again. On the inside, Cullen Intrigue getting that perfect trip into second. On the outside, Accessorized parked first over. Followed on the outside, Lake Hill Susie. That's Wheatland Star. Entering the stretch now for the first time as they approach that half-mile juncture, and Shrimps Missy is in control by 2.5 lengths. Accessorize is on the outside halfway home. 57 seconds flat for the half. Into the clubhouse turn, Shrimps Missy maintains a lead, number length and a quarter. Accessorize is on the outside, trying to come on into second. On the inside of us is Wheatland Star. There goes Holly's Payback, ranging up on the outside. Out of the turn, now they curve into the back stretch with less than a half mile to pace in the race. Shrimps Missy leads the way now by 2. Cullen Intrigue tries to come on in second. On the far outside, Lake Hill Susie is closing ground 3/4. 127-4, but into the far turn, Shrimps Missy is opening up the lead now with every stride. Shrimps Missy is all by herself. Lake Hill Susie storms into second, followed on the outside of horses Wheatland Star. Here they come, turning for home, and Shrimps Missy leads the way. And the outside of horses, and that's Lake Hills Susie. As they come to the wire, Shrimps Missy is showing the way. Shrimps Missy all alone at the wire. Wheatland Star up for second. Third race rundown, top bottom, 1, 6, 8, 3, 4, 7, 5, 4 on the bottom. Post time. Here they come. They're off. On the extreme outside, there goes Nicole Summer winging out for the lead. Ancient Gypsy charging through on the inside. Now they wheel into that first turn, and it's a battle up front. Ancient Gypsy has the early foot, but Nicole Summer looks to drop in second, but Nicole Summer keeps right on going up. Now to challenge and take command. It's Ancient Gypsy now back to second. It's 2 lengths back to Lake Hills Rosemary. Right with the leaders in third as they approach that early quarter, and that first quarter on the board. 28-4 up front. Nicole Summer now by 2. Ancient Gypsy second by 2 lengths. Lake Hills Rosemary right with the leaders in third on the go. Out slightly in fourth. Now is coming on. Followed on the outside of us is Nice and Devilish to the outside. That's Little Nun. Poco Crossroad approaching the half-mile marker. And up front, your leader remains Nicole Summer, a length and a quarter. Ancient Gypsy running her heels in second on the go. Inching a closer third. A minute flat. Now they move into the clubhouse turn. Nicole Summer maintains the lead now, a length and a half. On the outside of horses on the go. Inching into second. Followed on the inside, it's Ancient Gypsy in third. Nice and Devilish ranging up on the outside. Poco Crossroad now following live cover. Now to the outside, Little Nun. Now the move up the backstretch. Now as they drive up the backstretch, driving by that third quarter. On the outside of horses on the go, and on the go now has a nose in front. Nicole Summer fighting to come back second. 3 wide, Nice and Devilish is coming on, followed now 4 wide. Here comes Rain Dance at Jennifer. Here they come, turning for home. Nice and Devilish on the far outside up to challenge and now take command. Nice and Devilish, Rain seen a bit wide on the inside of horses. Nicole Summer in mid-stretch. Nice and Devilish is under urging. Nice and Devilish with the lead, and Nice and Devilish wins it easily at the wire.
Right now is the 6-5 favorite, Tilt-A-Whirl Perfect Trip, second in her last start, 2-year-old filly.
Top of the turn. Fifth race pacers are in behind the starting gate. Here they come. Merrill Fan pacing Networker, now charging between horses, going for the lead. Motoring Mo dashing through on the inside, and there goes Golden Investment. Into the turn they race, and Motoring Mo shows the early speed. Networker parked on the outside second, followed by Golden Investment. Right with the leaders third, 2 lengths back to Cool Mister. Another 2 to Magic Cam. General and trailing the field that's never skipped by as they approach that opening quarter. Your leader is Motoring Mo, and Motoring Mo has the lead. They're by that opening quarter. 28-1 the quarter, and Motoring Mo showing the way by 2. Golden Investment getting that perfect trip in second. Networker parked first over into third. On the outside, Magic Cam following cover as they approach that half-mile juncture, and Motoring Mo maintains the lead, number length and 3/4 as Networker inches to the outside second. Golden Investment saving ground in their halfway home. 58-1 into the clubhouse turn. Motoring Mo now has the lead a length and a half. Golden Investment right there in second. First over, Networker is trying to gain ground. Now Magic Cam is set to go 3 wide, and here comes Magic Cam circling horses as they curve into the back stretch. It's Motoring Mo with the lead. Magic Cam moving up on the outside. Golden Investment is saving ground in third. On the inside of horses, Cool Mister needs racing room, and Janimal 3/4, 128-2. Into the far turn, Motoring Mo leads the way. On the inside, Golden Investment has only chance, maybe that open stretch. Here they come, turning for home. Motoring Mo is under urging. Magic Cam is on the outside second, followed on the inside by Golden Investment. Your leader is Motoring Mo on the inside. Golden Investment. Here comes Golden Investment. 2 horses at the wire.
These fire evenly in the last start. It might have needed that race off more than 2 months. 2 is Rabbit Attack. Now,
Six race pacers in behind the starting gate. Here they come. They're off. On the inside of horses, there goes Juan's Gypsy, charging through on the inside, and there goes Silent Terrific, moving right with him as they dash into that first turn, around the first turn and up front. Juan's Gypsy, and Juan's Gypsy now has the lead 3/4 of a length. I'll Strike It Rich, driving second on the outside, followed on the inside of horses by Silent Terrific, approaching that opening quarter, and a battle for the lead, and I'll Strike It Rich, and I'll Strike It Rich from the outside now clears by 2 lengths off the quarter. 28-4 now. Strike It Rich leads by 2 lengths. One's Gypsy in second a length. Silent Terrific has range on the leaders third. Broadway Avalanche in fourth by 2 lengths. Going Sportin. They kill Sandy. Heart and Decency, and Mullen, that's Cullen Fashion. Entering the stretch now for the first time, approaching the half. I'll Strike It Rich maintains a 2 length lead. Juan's Gypsy getting the trip second. Silent Terrific right with the leaders. Third now, first over. Here comes Going Sportin'. Lake Hill Sandy is on the move. 59-4. Now the race is half over into the clubhouse turn. They race, and I'll Strike It Rich maintains the lead. Here comes Going Sportin', now moving second on the outside and 3 wide. Lake Hill Sandy is on the move. Out of the turn, now they curve into the box stretch. 3 horses are across the track, and Lake Hill Sandy on the far outside, up 3 wide to take command just the nose. Going Sportin', moving right with him. 3/4, 130 and 3. Now they roll into that far turn. On the inside, it's Going Sportin'. Lake Hill Sandy alongside a challenging second. 4 lengths back to Heart and Decency. Here they come, turning for home, and Going Sportin' has the lead on neck. On the outside, Lake Hill Sandy trying to come on through mid-stretch. Going Sportin' with the lead, Lake Hill Sandy. Going Sportin', Lake Hill Sandy. Going Sportin' at the wire.
As well, a wide open race here. Let's go through the field quickly. 1 Canby Jade.
Top of the turn. Here they come. They're off. Sidestep explodes. Now goes to the top. There goes Anna Crombie. She shoots on through on the inside. Those two, now they wheel into that first turn, and Anna Crombie is on the inside, but Sidestep now looks to drop in second by 2 lengths. Poco Cloudy backs off the leaders into third, and now it's 2 lengths back to Noble Jewel as they approach that opening quarter. And your leader now to the quarter, Anna Crombie, and Anna Crombie has a 2-length lead. Now they're by that first quarter, 28-1 the quarter. Anna Crombie, your leader, but Sidestep charging out of second, and Sidestep up now to challenge for the lead. Poco Cloudy right there with the leaders. Another 3 lengths back to Noble Jewel. Now to the outside, Heavy Weather. Jules Jodoin now drives from last. Entering the stretch now for the first time, approaching the half. And Sidestep is on the outside taking command, and Sidestep now a length and a quarter. Anna Crombie second. They're halfway home. 57-3 into the clubhouse turn. Sidestep maintains the lead, now a length and a half. Followed on the inside by Anna Crombie in second. On the outside of horses, here comes Noble Jewel out of the turn. Now they come into the box stretch with less than a half mile to pace in the race. And Sidestep maintains a lead, a length and a half. Poco Cloudy on the outside tries to come on in second, but look at Jules Jodoin. 3 wide on the far outside. Jules Jodoin. Now 3 horses are across the track. 126-2. They move into the far turn. Sidestep. Jules Jodoin is on the outside trying to come on in second. Between horses, Poco Cloudy hasn't given up. And to the outside, Noble Jewel is on a roll. Here they come, turning for home. Jules Jodoin now in the center of the racetrack has the lead. Noble Jewel is charging on the far outside as Morgan goes to the whip. Here comes Noble Jewel. Noble Jewel at the wire.
Leaning towards 2 horses in this race. We'll start with number 6, Lake Hills Tramp. Now, Lake Hills Tramp got used very hard, got covered up in a pretty decent second quarter.
Here they come. They're off. In the center of the track, there goes Garth out going for the lead. And there goes Driving Storm, charging through on the inside, joined now by Piper Wildmanor. Into the turn they twist, and on the outside there goes Garth. And Garth is up on the outside with a neck in front. Driving Storm holds on the inside second. Piper Wildmanor in third now by 2 lengths, followed by Bob's Escort. Approaching that early quarter, your leader by the quarter is Garth. And they're by that marker in 28-3. But here comes Driving Storm. Driving up on the outside now to take command. Garth holds back into second, 2 lengths to Piper. Wellmanor into third, a length and a quarter to Bob's Escort, and he's on the move. Now to the outside, Hampton's Jim Bob following cover. On the outside, that's Be Home Early. Entering the stretch now for the first time, and Driving Storm leads by 2 lengths. Garth getting that trip second, but Bob's Escort is first over on the outside. Halfway home, 58-4. Now they roll into that clubhouse turn. Driving Storm has led all the way, but Bob's Escort moves at him on the outside second. Garth saving ground with the leaders into third, followed on the outside of horses Hampton's Jim Bob as they curve into the back stretch. Now less than a half mile to pace in the race, with Driving Storm your leader a neck. Bob's Escort alongside a challenging second. On the outside, Hampton's Jim Bob. He's set to go 3 wide. Garth has nowhere to go. 129-1 for the 3/4. Around the final turn, Driving Storm leads the way on neck. Bob's Escort tries to come on second. Garth waiting for that open stretch as they turn for home. It's Driving Storm, your leader, and down the stretch they come. Here comes Bob's Escort with a charge. Here comes Hampton's Jim Bob, fastest of all. Hampton's Jim Bob at the wire.
Big close last week for second after taking a little bit of a shuffle. She's at 3-5.
Gate, here they come. They're off. Lil's Bunny on the outside under urging, shooting for the lead. Joined by Tornado, there goes Cambino, charging through on the inside. Into the turn they race, and Tornado is up on the outside now to challenge Tornado with a rush. Now takes command. Lil's Bunny moves into second, followed by Cambino. Right with the leaders in third, High Lonesome. In fourth, now a length and a half, followed by Phantom Fame. Followed now by Rig as they drive by that opening quarter. And that first quarter went 28-4, that first quarter. And up front, Lil's Bunny. And Lil's Bunny leads now by 2. Tornado second, a length and a quarter. On the outside, High Lonesome now picks up the leaders. Here comes Rig with cover as they approach the half-mile juncture. Now they into the stretch for the first time. They're approaching the half-mile juncture, and High Lonesome is on the outside taking command. Lil's Bunny holds on the inside second, but Rig now powers third on the outside. 59-2, the race is half over. Into the clubhouse turn, High Lonesome maintains the lead as Rig is on the outside trying to come on into second. On the inside of horses, that's Lil's Bunny now looking for racing room. Followed on the outside, Radioactive Wabbit. Tornado out of the turn. Now they curve into the back stretch with less than a half mile to pace in the race, and it's still High Lonesome with the lead. On the inside of horses, that's Lil's Bunny looking for racing room. 4 wide, it's Phantom Fame. Radioactive Wabbit is there. 129-4 for the 3/4. Now around the final turn, as leader is High Lonesome by 2 lengths. Lil's Bunny tries to come on. Here they come, turning for home. High Lonesome is your leader by 2.5 lengths. Lil's Bunny in second, followed by Cambino. Closing ground, it's High Lonesome, Cambino. High Lonesome, Cambino, those two at the wire. Gentlemen, when you're purchasing your programs tonight, don't forget that program contains tomorrow night's big feature here at Maywood Park, the $270,000 Windy City Pace. Also, as you know, it will be a dual simulcasting card. It will be a lot of fun. Again, that action starts